Welcome back to Star Trek The Next Generation. We're playing Borg Invasion 2 against the Borg Queen. Alright, let's begin. First thing we do is draw a card off the space deck, and we get, oh goodness, Encrypt the Main Computer. Alright, let's take a closer look at this card and see what horrible thing the Borg are trying to do to us now. Alright, this one says add 3 counters to the card. Oh great. At the end of each turn, remove 1 counter from the card. When the last is removed, you either get the goal, apply, or you get the fail. The goal, we need 4 speed, 3 diplomacy. Alright, let's see if we can do this one. Alright, let's have a look. So we have player 1's hand. He's got an ensign, Worf, and maneuvers. Okay, let's go ahead and do player 1. Their shuttle is down 2 damage, so let's go over here and have them take their turn. Alright, so there's no way that player 1's going to come up with 4 speed and 3 diplomacy. I think player 2 might be able to. Alright, so we got this in our hand. That's not very useful. Basically, Worf, at the end of your action phase, you may move 1 maneuver from your bridge to the top of your deck. So we could put this to the top of the deck. Think about that. Worf gives us 4 attack, which we don't need. And we have 2. So our 2 experience, we're going to go ahead and heal up our shuttle to 8. Make that fully healed. We do have 4 speed, so we can get the speed of the mission here, but we cannot get the diplomacy because we don't have any. So that's basically the end of player 1's turn. I'm going to leave the cards here because now we're going to take a look at player 2. Unfortunately, player 2 has no discard pile, but we do have this awesome deep space cruiser, which means it has 2 speed, 5 diplomacy to start with, and we also have 2 lieutenants giving us 2 more speed. So we have 4 speed, 5 diplomacy, and that's enough to complete this mission. 4 speed, we have 5 diplomacy, boom, the reward. You can each trash 2 cards in the discard area. I'm going to add that to his pile. So we can discard 2 cards in our discard area. Well, player 2 has no discard pile. Player 1's discard pile looks like this, though, and they can trash 2 Borg cards. So that was super helpful, getting rid of that one. And now player 2 has a bunch of cards to play. So they have a lieutenant, 2 ensigns, another lieutenant. So they got 2, 3, 4. They have 6 experience. Ship is fully healed. With 6 experience, what do we want to get? We're going to take a look in Starbase, and I think in the Starbase we're going to get O'Brien for 6. You may do one of the following: move a maneuver from your discard to the top of your deck, or move a setup from your discard to top. So 1, 2, and 1. We're going to go for O'Brien for 6. Alright, that's the end of player 2's turn. Alright, and yes, because we had Worf for player 1, at the end of your action phase you may move a maneuver from your bridge to the top of your deck. I think we are going to take the evasive maneuver and put it on top of their deck, because we don't know what's coming out. Could be a Borg cube, could be a sphere, could be anything. So we'll do that. We'll put these in the discard pile. And I forgot to replace the card in Starbase when we got O'Brien for player 2, and this time we get William Riker. 9. 2, 3, and 2. Wow. Select odd or even reveal top card of your deck. If the reveal card cost is select type X is 3, otherwise X is 1. Oh wow, that's a good card for 9. We have a couple of 9s out there. Alright, we're going to zoom out. We're going to be drawing up 5 cards for our next hand. We'll have 1 more turn. Alright, 5 cards for both players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for player 1. I'm glad we both have upgraded ships now. Lieutenant, Diagnostics, and this guy. Oh, we have Rolaren. Alright, all pretty good stuff for player 1. Player 2. 5 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our decks are building up pretty good now. Hopefully with some better characters in them. Phasers. This guy. Oh, right, Cardassian and non-basic Federation characters cost 2 less. We have only an Ensign Barian sweep or card. You may trash a card in your hand. Alright, I think that's good. It just depends what's going to show up now in the space deck. And then we get a Raider. Flip, you may discard any number of cards from your hand to reduce any of this card's stats by 1 for each discarded card. Huh. So if we discard, we can get like 4 speed, 4. So it could be a 4, 3, 4. I wonder if we want to replace the shuttle with this one. Ooh, might think about it. All right, let's go over to player 1 and see what they want to do. All right, so for player 1, I think we're going to pull this off because we're going to discard, we're going to go ahead and discard 3 cards. We're going to discard this maneuver, the diagnostic check, and this guy. So we're going to discard all 3 of them, which means we can reduce on the Raider, we can reduce the diplomacy down to 1. Our shuttlecraft already has a speed of 4, so we can match speed, and we need 1 diplomacy, which we have from Roe, to be able to diplomacy this ship. So now we can replace our shuttle with some better stats. So instead of a 4-2-0, our Raider card now is going to have 4-3-4. So cool, we've replaced the shuttlecraft, and we got diplomacy of the Raider, so this gets discarded. Alright, so we get a better ship. We still have Roe Laren to play and a lieutenant. So we're going to play Roe, which means any character can look at the top 2 cards of their deck and or discard the top 2 cards of their deck and trash one of them. Let's go ahead and do that for player 2. Alright, player 2 is going to discard the top 2 cards, tricorder. Well, come on, Borg card. Nope, and we're not going to trash either one. So, oh well, Roe's ability didn't do too much. Alright, back to player 1 to finish off her turn. Alright, we got 2 experience. We can get a couple of ensigns, or we can just forget it. I think we're going to spend 1 experience of the 2, and we'll get 1 ensign. Alright, over we go now to player 2 to have them take their turn. Alright, player 2 has got phasers, which are not going to do any good. This guy. So Cardassians and non-basic Federation cost 2 less. Okay, but we don't have much. We have the Baryon sweep. We only have 1 XP, so we're probably not even going to get anything this turn. But we are going to go ahead and play the Baryon sweep. Remove all damage from your flagship. We've removed 3 plus. You can draw a card while we're fully healed. However, you may trash a card in your hand, and we're going to trash a Borg card, of course. 1 XP. Do we want another ensign? What do we have? Actually, we have lots of lieutenants and ensigns. I think we're going to skip that. We're not going to do anything with the XP. And so we're just going to discard our hand. And what do we have? Oh, we do have 5 for next hand. Alright, that was a very short episode. We got a better ship again. Player 1 only has 1 card, so I'm going to shuffle their discard pile. We're going to zoom out. We're going to drop our next hand for next episode. And we're going to wrap it up for today. Alright, so I did a check of the Borg deck. There's 13 cards there, which means we only have 2 Borg cards between us in our decks in hand. So that's good. So player 1 is going to get a commander in the shuffle deck. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For next hand, they got an ensign, lieutenant, tricorder, diagnostic. So that's not bad. Again, we got to get some way better characters if we can. Alright, player 2. 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have some nice 8s and 9s in the Starbase. Maybe we'll just zoom in them a little bit. We got an 8 here. We got Diagnostic, Lieutenant, Starfleet Academy. Oh, Starfleet Academy, you could pump this guy to a 9. Oh dear, I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do next time. I keep bumping into the camera thing. Alright, let's take a quick little look at the Starbase to see what we've got. So currently sitting in Starbase, we have a 9 Klingon. We've got the 9 Riker. Those are awesome cards for awesome stats. Again, we got to defeat the Queen, we need good characters. The only other good character is an 8 here. We've got Cal, who's got 1, 3, and 2. This guy's 2, 4, 2, and Riker's 2, 3, 2. Really, really good cards. Alright, well that's going to wrap us up for today. So thanks so much for watching on. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Star Trek The Next Generation. We're playing Borg Invasion 2. Because I don't have Borg Invasion 1. I really wish I could get it, but boy, that's just about impossible to find anymore. Come out in 2011. That was a long time ago. So thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow for the continuation. But of course, a correction here at the end. Looking more closely at this card. If you look at the 4 speed here, you see the little person icon and the 3 influence person icon. This is characters only. It doesn't say characters only, but that's what it means when it has the little character icons. That did not happen. So what does that mean? It means it ticks down to 2, and the 2 Borg cards that we got rid of from the discard pile for player 1 are unfortunately going to have to go back in. They had a commander to draw, so I'm just going to take all of this stuff because I had to shuffle it anyway for their new hand for next turn. This will fix everything up. Characters only for the encryption. I guess the characters on the ship are trying to undecrypt whatever the Borg did, and of course the starships themselves are not going to help, although they have AI on them, but whatever. So there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That will fix that up for next episode. So evasive maneuvers, Starfleet Academy, phasers, and Worf. Worf can go from a 7 to a 9. I think I know what we're doing next time. Alright, that's it. Thanks so much for watching along. And yes, now we have 11 Borg cards in there. We're still doing pretty good. We haven't seen the Borg Queen yet. Oh man, that's going to be painful. So thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Continuation Star Trek Next Generation, Borg Invasion 2.